All right, welcome to chapter 20, lead tracking software setup. Now, in this chapter, I will be walking you through the lead tracking software that I use, which does the trick lead control domination. Now, there are tons of tracking softwares out there, and yes, some of them have some crazy features, but at the end of the day, you just need a system that will track the calls, collect the data, and send invoices to the right clients. So don't overwhelm yourself with the lead tracking software competitors. It's all really easy once you get the hang of it, trust me. Now, having a system down where you can manage all of your leads is going to be crucial to your success in this business. Remember, you are going to manage eventually more than 5 campaigns at a time. So get this part organized and you will be fine. Okay, well, let's get started.
Now, the first step is you want to go out and buy the actual tracking software. So go to this URL, www.leadtrackerjack.com/LTJ, and purchase the software for about $37. And then once you sign up for the account and do all that stuff, log in at callcid.com/login. And then let me show you how you create your account. Okay, so I'm inside local lead control, and the first step you want to do is create your account. So simply go over to account, click on my account, and you'll see here all the information you need to fill out. And this is your personal business account when you're filling this out. So go through this, fill it out, and let's move on to step number 2. Okay, so after you filled out your account information, what you want to do is go over to billing and fill out your PayPal or credit card information. So go to billing and just scroll down here and just click on PayPal information or add a new credit card. Fill this out so they have it on file. And one thing you want to notice is the pricing. So it's really not that expensive. 5 cents a minute per local call, $3 per phone number, and roughly $5 per campaign per month. Okay, so step number 2 is setting up the campaign. And there's 2 things. There's the campaign, and then there's the companies inside the campaign. So if you set your campaign as plumber leads, all the plumbing companies are going to fall under this campaign. So you just want to keep organized. It's kind of like a hierarchy where you have categories and subcategories. So let me go ahead and show you how to set up a campaign and set up a company. Okay, so first let's go ahead and add a new company, and then we're going to set up a campaign around the company. So what you want to do is go over to companies, add new company, click on that, and it'll bring you to this page. And then let's say we just signed up a plumbing company to do lead generation for. Let's call it Plumbing ABC. And the owner's name is John Smith. So just go ahead and fill out all this information, click add company, and it'll be saved into the database. And then what you want to do is go and do add new campaign. And select the company that you just made, give it a name such as Plumber Leads, and also type in the phone number for the company and click add campaign, and you're done. So you've now set up a company and a campaign and attached the two. Now step number 4 is setting up a new tracking number. So this is what prospective clients are going to call and get redirected to whoever you want. So what you want to do is find an area code first and then purchase that number. And once you have that number selected, then you're going to go to the number, click on it, and fill out all the information you need about the company, where the destination phone number is, the whisper message, which I'll go into shortly, and the email settings attached to the phone number. Now let me show you an example of this. Okay, so what you want to do is go over to the Numbers tab and click New Tracking Phone Number. Now when you're on this page, you want to make sure that the destination number is in place. So let's just type some random number. And you want to search for an area code. So for in this case, let's search for a 949 area code. And let's also attach a campaign to it. So let's search available numbers. And look here, there's tons of 949 numbers available. So if you just click one, click by number, and voila, you're going to have a new tracking number for your campaign. Now once you have this tracking number, you're going to go over to all numbers, and you're going to click into the phone number. So let's say this is the phone number we just selected. And you're going to go right to where it says destination phone number, and you're going to enter in the phone number. Now this is the plumber that you're actually working with, so the phone number will get redirected to this new destination phone number. And then you want to play around with these settings below. Call recording. Do you want to record the phone calls? Now this is up in the air. I don't click this because it's illegal to record the phone call if you don't tell them that you're recording the phone call. So just leave this one unticked. But for a greeting message, you can have anything from this call may be recorded for training purposes, and you could also select the voice and the language you want. Now here's my favorite part, the whisper message. This message is what's going to be said to the person who picks up the phone or the lead. Now, what's cool is you can whisper to them that this is a phone call from you or your company. So they're going to know that this lead came from you. So when you hit them up asking them about the quality of leads, they're going to know exactly what lead they got from you and be able to judge the quality of lead. So what I like to do is say, call from Greg Montoya. So my name is going to be imprinted into that phone call if it's good. It's just a great way to connect with the client so you can form a good relationship and he knows that you're sending him good leads and all that. So if you scroll down, email alerts. I like to get an email alert for every lead coming in so I kind of know that I'm doing a good job. So I like to click this button, send email alert for every phone call. Send to my email address right here, and you could also send it to others. Let's say the client wants an email every time the phone rings so they know it's from you. You could just enter their email right here. So when you're done with the email settings, just click update and you're good to go. Now let's move on to the next step. Okay, with step number 5, I'm going to show you how to set up the invoices and get them sent out on an automatic schedule to either you or your client. Now what you want to do is go over to the email template, and then you want to select send an email every month. I mean, you can send it daily or weekly. I just like to send it monthly to keep it organized for whenever I get the payments from the client. I'll just go ahead and forward them this email. So what you want to do is send the email to yourself. That way you can go over it before you actually send it to the client and make sure everything is to par. And what I also like to do, sometimes the client's going to get a lot of calls from telemarketers, and I just like to delete as many of those phone calls as I can from the list. That way the client just doesn't see that they're only getting calls from telemarketers and then they might ask some questions. So I'm going to show you later on in this chapter how to block certain area codes. So let's jump over and I'll show you how to set up your invoice. Okay, so I'm in the invoice settings, and to get here, all you got to do is just click on invoice and then click invoice settings. And so fill this out with all the information you want for an invoice. So if you're tracking per lead, mark that right here. If you're tracking per minute, which I highly doubt, you can mark that. Or if you're just charging a monthly fee, just click fixed amount. And the most important part is to have this email sent to whoever you want. So if you want this just sent to yourself, just enter your email right here. Now I recommend you send it to yourself so you can double check it before you send it to the client each month. Okay, in step number 6, I'm going to show you how to print a report out. Now it's pretty simple. You're just going to click the Call Reports tab under the Reports section, and then you're going to select a date range, probably within a month long, and just download that report. But that's just not enough because you got to download that report and go in there and edit some of the area codes out. A lot of the phone calls, I'd say about 40 to 50% of the phone calls are going to be from telemarketers or other SEO marketers trying to get business from the client. So they're just going to call with some random out-of-state area codes, and it's really going to annoy the client. So you kind of want to show the client that you're not the reason that these calls are coming to him, because his phone's ringing probably 3 to 4 times a day with out-of-state area codes, and he's going to start to get a little bit annoyed. So remember that. You want to filter out some of the out-of-state area codes and just leave the money local area codes in the call report when you send to the client. Now let me show you this really quick. Okay, so I'm in the call reports section, and I got here by clicking the reports tab and then clicking call reports. Now what you want to do is select a month date range and then export that to CVS. So let's say we want to select the month of March. We're going to go March 1st to March 31st. We're going to select the campaign, and then we're going to click Export to CVS. And then what we're going to do inside of the CSV file is delete all the rows with the bad area codes and then submit that report to the client. So you're kind of filtering out the bad area codes or the out-of-state area codes before you give it to the client. That's really important to do, so remember that. Okay, and to finish this chapter out, I want to give you a local SEO ninja secret that I do with all my tracking software. It is blocking area codes out inside the software. So whenever someone from that area code tries to call your tracking number, they're going to get a block and they won't be able to reach. Now, like I said earlier, you don't want a ton of phone calls coming in every day from telemarketers from all over the country. So do this step, stick with it, and your reports are going to be more efficient and prosperous for the client. Okay, so what you want to do is highlight over numbers and then go click on blacklist numbers. Now inside blacklist numbers, you're going to see this tab, add number to blacklist. Just go ahead and click this. And it's going to take you to this webpage where you can add area codes or specific numbers to blacklist from this tracking number. So for example, let's say I want to blacklist an area code 235. I'm just going to go to add area code, enter in 235, click blacklist, and voila, that area code has been blacklisted from my tracking number, and it's that simple. So that will conclude this chapter, and I hope you enjoyed it. And just remember, this software that I use is just so simple, and that's why I like it. Don't overcomplicate things, and just make them as simple as possible, and you'll be good to go. So thanks a lot for listening, and let's jump into the next chapter.